what I enjoy most about being a musician is being able to perform, like to create something and then you put it out and then perform it for people and it's like you know how they gonna react. It's kind of like I feel like a magician from time to time. Like I know if I do this, I'm gonna get this reaction. But it's an interesting thing. It's just an interesting like little intangible little feeling like with music because there's so many variables. Like this song might come out and people might hate it, or it might come out and I don't like it and people love it. So it's like very fun. Like it's always a challenge. And the instruments that I play the piano, kind of half-assed, but I could play, and I play the drums also. And I want to learn how to play the guitar. I listen to like music from all different genres, all different time periods. So I get inspired. I could be like eating in Mel's or something and hear a song that they playing and be like, "Oh, this is fire," and have to ask them what it is. Or I listen to a Migos song and be turned, or some Uzi Vert, Kodak, all of that. Even to like classic Jay-Z, I listen to that and really lock in just on his vision. I love all types of music, different reggae songs. I just pull influence from everything, like from melodies to chord progressions to build ups, breakdowns, different things. I pull those inspirations from everything. Movie soundtracks also, which is big with me. So yeah. Man, that's a tough question because there's so many talented people that it's kind of hard to just pick one person. But if I had to pick one person right now, my favorite musician would be Prince. It's due to the fact that he reinvented himself a bunch of times. He plays like every instrument. He wrote his music. He produced his music. And just how he handled himself outside of music and marketing his music was very unique. And I think he took pride in not selling himself out. And I really admire that about his career. So I would say my favorite musician right now is Prince. I would say my creative process for this project was different from all my ones in the past. When I would get in the studio recording this album, I just went with whatever moved me. I was really focused on like coming from a very pure place. Everything I did from my vocal tone to the beats that I picked, I wasn't trying to sound like anybody. I was trying to even make myself uncomfortable with how much I sounded like myself, if that makes any sense. You know, I was just so deep in my own pocket. That's was my creative process behind this, and just trying to create a bunch of well-written songs with a lot of honesty in it, like a lot of honesty. So that was my creative process with this one. It's 8 songs on this project, and it's a collection of different songs. I recorded a few songs in Atlanta at DJ Drama Studios called Mean Street. So I got an opportunity to soak that vibe up and mesh that with my sound. And then the rest of the songs I recorded in Hawaii. So I had a great time recording those songs out there and just getting the influence from being on the beach during the day and going to the studio at night, getting to try some of their local food and just soaking up their culture. And they're a very, very like melodic place. Like the island music is real like pleasant out there. And I added some of those vibes to my songs. So on this project, it was just like a lot of melody. Of course, fused with my Bay Area sound, but just a lot of melody and a lot of just more just developed songwriting concepts. And that's what I wanted to really focus on, like making things connect lyrically and throughout the song. I just had a lot of things on my mind. Typically, like I'll make songs that go verse hook. You know what I'm saying? Like straightforward. But this one, I felt the need to just go in. It reminded me of like when Lil Wayne did like 6'7", or just a situation where somebody just would go in, go in, go in, go in. Like I just had a lot on my mind, and I wanted to really show people what I could do, like as far as rapping, and that was the inspiration behind that song, and just showing like it's kind of like a president's like state of the address, like at the top of the year. I'm just letting y'all know how I feel. I released that first because I really wanted to showcase my skills, and I feel like people haven't heard me rap, like really rap, in a long time. So going into this new project, I just wanted to set a tone and let people know where my head at and where my bars are at right now, and just what I could do. I feel like once people hear this, they'll know, okay, yeah, Sue's not playing at all. Like this is any idea of what the album's gonna sound like, I'm all in. You know what I mean? So yeah, just getting people warmed up, ready for this new project. The video, I want to showcase energy. You know, being from the Bay Area, it's a lot of high energy. We love to dance, we love to be expressive. You know what I'm saying? So in the video, you'll find us dancing. You'll find like bright lights and just a lot of energy, just basically expressing the words of my song and showing the action behind those words in that song. So that's where the concept of the video came from. Confident was a great song. It was a lot of fun recording that. Basically, me and YMTK were at a yacht party like hours before that. And we were just super inspired. We were turned up. Everybody was on there, you know, of course, drinking and just having hella fun on this yacht. It was my first time even. I'll take that back. That was my second time being on the yacht. And then I drove straight to the studio and he came shortly after. I pulled that beat up and it just gave that vibe. Like I rapped about being on the yacht that day with all my guys, and that was just a lot of fun to record. YMCK is like a super talented artist and a great person, so he's fun to work in the studio with. Stop Signs was like basically making a movie about my teenage years from 16 to 19. And the whole concept was just about the younger me growing up in high school, being afraid of certain things, seeing certain things, and having certain expectations placed on me, being like a younger black man in the Bay Area, feeling the need to associate myself with certain people, certain regions, certain things. And it's kind of showing that growth, like coming from that and taking like a super zoomed out perspective on it. You know, like picture seeing your whole life from just like an alien ant form or something. Like I'm looking down at my younger self and I'm able to just critique my different steps that I made, analyze it, but still have understanding in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying I have no stop signs, because I don't feel that any of those roadblocks I faced or any of those challenges could stop me from getting to where I want to be. So all those little mess ups and little like trip ups, slip ups I had in my youth, like I know they prepared me to be a better man, and that's where I'm at right now. So Stop Signs is like literally like a film soundtrack. I feel like I could shoot a short film of my life to that song, and that song means a lot to me. Prescription Plan, that was produced by Mansa, and I added some production as well. And he was working on something for his album he wanted me to play on, and he was just sending me concepts. And when he sent me that, it had the hook already on it. I'm like, wow, like the words that he was saying were so like directly about my life. Like it was like, dang, like you low key like tailor made that without even knowing it. So I'm like, I need this. He sent me the stems over, and I added my parts to the beat that I did, and I did my verses. And with the verses, I was just trying to paint a picture. And that, like, Stop Signs went from 16 to 19. Prescription Plan goes from 20 to 27 right now. Like, just going back and forth to LA, interacting with certain girls in LA, just doing different things, being a traveling entertainer and a musician, and trying to maintain a love life and something with some grounded structure as you're doing this as a young man, which it can be very, very difficult. And I don't think some people really understand that. Like, they look at being a rapper as just this huge party all the time. So this kind of shows like the inner reflection during those times. Shanghai is another like I'd describe it as like a visual song. With that, I was really trying to paint a picture. It was produced by Architects, and had Reese Beats play additional parts on it. And throughout the project, you'll hear like very cinematic transitions between songs. And with this, I tried to paint like a picture of it being in the Far East, like blending like the Asian sounds with the Bay Area. And then with my melody and style that I came on that song, it's like a tribute to like the Jacka and Hustler, you know, like some of those very deep songs that they would have, where they would use like unconventional styles. And I'm very, very big on that right now, just having my own unique style. Like, I feel like a lot of artists are afraid to really venture out and try new things. So what I wanted to do is challenge myself and see how unique I could sound. It's a Boss Up that was on 6-speed, the original version. I got E40. I had the blessing to get him on the remix and for him to talk that special cloth talk on there. You know, he's like definitely a seasoned veteran, and that's an understatement for somebody like him. He's a groundbreaker. He's like one of the forefathers of our rap culture, and he's a pillar in our rap culture, and somebody that shows longevity and a definition of a veteran, definition of a humble person. It was an honor to work with him. So to get him on this Boss Up remix was like validation on my movement and my campaign that I have going, because I feel like I'm in my second coming. I've been an artist and I've been running around and doing things a lot, but I feel like I'm new again. For him to endorse what I'm doing right now means a lot to me. By My Side is a song that I drew a lot of influence from. It was a Fetty Wap and Z song, and like a piece of that melody I love so much, I made a whole song like around that. And I had that beat. I made that beat and I was just playing that beat again and again. And I always wanted to make something for the girls, like just not in a sense where I'm just always talking about what I want to do to a girl, how I never love a girl, this and that, because I do want love at the end of the day. And I want something that I can really hold on to. So this is a song for like all the special girls out there. I recorded that in Hawaii, and that's featuring Showbang. I produced it. And with that one, it was just crazy because the melodies that I was using on there, like, that's the most out there I've ever been on a song. And when y'all hear that song, you already know what time it is. It's like one of the craziest songs I've ever made.
Let me see you fill your cup up, shorty. Finna blow a scholarship. You ain't gotta flex if you ain't got the shit. I ain't got a flaw and I acknowledge it. Liquor in my system and I'm confident. Confident. Liquor in my system and I'm confident. Confident. Liquor in my system and I'm confident.